Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciarra, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so back again with another part of my 7 chakra color themed kind of videos here. So if you haven't watched the previous 2 videos on the root and the sacral chakra, I highly encourage you guys to go and check those out as well. How I'm going to start this off is by talking a little bit about what today's or this video's theme is, which is color yellow, which is related to the solar plexus chakra. So the solar plexus chakra, or the Manipura, is really about, the power to be an individual. This is all about your personal power, who you are as an individual. So, its meaning is lustrous gem. Its location is between the navel and base of sternum. And its symbol is a 10-petaled lotus flower containing a downward point triangle surrounded by 3 T-shaped, let's see if I can say this word, savtikas, or Hindu symbols of fire. Associated color is yellow, the element is fire, and the ruling planets are Sun and Mars. So when this chakra is balanced, it's all about respects self and others, has personal power, spontaneous and uninhibited. When it's too open, it spins too open, you are angry, controlling, workaholic, judgmental, and superior. When it's blocked, overly concerned with what others think, fearful of being alone, insecure, needs constant reassurance. So, the goals of this chakra is purpose, effectiveness, endurance, and self-respect. The life lessons is self-esteem / self-confidence. The courage to take risks to be. The main issue is personal power and self-will. So, some good stones and crystals to use in regards to this chakra are yellow citrine, topaz, aventurine quartz, and sunstone. So with that said, obviously, this is going to be messages you can either take it as coming from kind of your solar plexus chakra, or what you just need to know, and kind of in addition to help you work with your solar plexus chakra more. So with that said, let me go ahead and introduce you to the piles now that we have. So for pile 1, we have Mookaite jasper here. For pile 2, we have this yellow obsidian. For pile 3, we have this bumblebee jasper. And for pile 4, we have this golden calcite. So definitely take as much time as you need, meditate on the cards, use your own body as a pendulum, use an actual pendulum, whatever it is that gets you connected to your intuition. And please do remember that these are general readings, and so not every card, not every message is going to apply to you personally. And if you find yourself attracted to more than one pile, that is perfectly fine, because your message, your personal message here that you're going to take away from this, could be spread across more than one pile here. So keep that in mind. You yourself as the viewer are a key part of how this pick a card even works, because you have to engage with your intuition in order to find the right message. So not only does this help in ways for me to train my intuition, but it's a good way for you to train yours. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into your messages. All right, for those of you who picked pile 1 with the Mookaite jasper here, let's go ahead and dive into your cards here and see what message you guys need to know right now. So we have the Knight of Pentacles here. So this could represent maybe a person who's even coming into your life soon or is already here, but this is earth energy, so it's slow moving. This knight is very methodical. Why can't I say the word? He has a set way that he does things. He does the true and tested ways. He's very organized and does everything one step at a time. So because of that, he is the slowest moving knight, because he doesn't strike until he knows he has all his ducks in a row, basically. And so it definitely feels like you guys need to work more on being more focused and really putting all the practical steps towards your specific goals and not giving up on that. So let's go ahead and also see what we have going on for specific messages from this particular card, because I like to look at for these videos, kind of the meanings of each of these cards in their own booklet for additional messages. So let's see. So yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles here, it's all about reliability. So this is, the Knight indicates calm self-confidence. So again, you guys really need to work more on being calm and confident. The ability to bring the business to a positive end. He clearly sets goals and works slowly with thoughtfulness and attention to conditions. Stable psychological state. Positive results. Ability to establish contact with partners. Reliability in the relationship. Perseverance, logic, and conscientiousness. So these are things that you guys need to definitely work on. And these are very solar plexus like, qualities as it is. So next up, we have Kuthumi with Cloak of Wisdom. And look at the colors already here. It's like totally solar plexus chakra. A little bit of sacral chakra. So if you didn't watch that video, definitely take that look at that. Also, the third eye video. So with Kuthumi, you already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. So again, you guys are not having enough self-trust, enough self-confidence in what it is you're meant to be doing. And again, it's just like, what steps you need to take to get to the goal, but you're hesitating too much in it. So knowledge is learned, wisdom is remembered. You are in a real cloak of wisdom now. Like Kuthumi, you have been on a wandering path trying to find answers through study and the insights of others. But now you are uncovering the truth of your own soul. Your soul is leading the way, and you are being encouraged to follow. The fog is clearing. The light has come, and it is shining on you. Your soul is saying yes. It's your cheerleader. Follow it and trust the endless wisdom within. Go, go, go. Again, you guys need to get the action going. And again, stability too, because we have the mountain goat here. I mean, the mountain goat can climb up literally like faces of mountains like this because it's so sure-footed. There's something out of balance in your life. So do whatever you need to get to correct it. So yeah, you guys are out of whack right now. You've lost your balance. So, and I pretty much opened right up to this. So there's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. You've been feeling unsteady, shaky, or out of sorts lately because there's an imbalance in your life. To bring back balance, start with an appraisal of your physical health. So again, maybe this is a message here that for you guys, your solar plexus chakra is imbalanced, so you really need to work on that. Get an exam from a reputable doctor who practices integrative medicine, sometimes called a holistic physician. There's no need to be alarmed, but if there is something indefinable in your body's biochemistry that's off and can be easily corrected, you'll benefit from such an analysis. Be sure to exercise every day, eat nutritionally sound foods, preferably organic, and get plenty of rest. Then take some time to continue your assessment by checking out other areas of life, such as the polarities of work, play, social, solitude, giving, receiving, and any others that occur to you. It's unrealistic to expect your life to stay completely in balance at all times, as it is a continuous interplay between the various polarities. Even the seasonal adjustments of light and dark slowly and gradually shift in a ceaseless dance. Notice how you feel when something is out of balance, and then take the necessary steps to adjust in ways that provide greater equilibrium. So associations with this card is sturdiness, sure-footedness, wasn't I literally saying that? Resilience, determination, quickness, confidence, aspiration, ambition, independence, strength, practicality, stability, dignity, and perseverance. Literally, all the key words here in these cards are so lining up with what the solar plexus chakra is. So you guys are a major group here that really need to work on this because it's going to be to your best benefit if you do. So next up, we have Kenza. Hopefully I'm saying that right. In the reverse. So let's go ahead and see what this card is saying in the reverse from this particular deck. And it is card 6. So overall, this card is talking about the way forward is illuminated, but the change you wish to see. The way forward is illuminated. Be the change you wish to see. Don't Don't just talk, embody your message to the world. No one can know everything, so learn from trusted others or elders. By illuminating your shadows, we understand ourselves and our behaviors more deeply. So in the reverse here, someone around you may be jealous of you, worrying that you will surpass them in some way. Remember, great teachers want their students to surpass them. Alternatively, at this time, you may be unwilling to admit to or examine your own shadows. The Vikings understood that to think we exist in perfection, that we live entirely in the light with no darkness, is to be in the gripe of delusion. So the element here is air and fire. This kind of echoes the mountain goat here as well, because it was talking about, it's impossible to have everything in balance all the time. But a huge step of understanding that is recognizing how you feel when you are out of balance and being able to correct it. With this card, it's talking about, and I feel like the biggest message here is you are not examining your own shadow. So you really need to shed some light on that and come to terms with it. And also, it's like your shadow self is not a bad thing. A lot of people try to make it out like the shadow is some evil thing that you have to get rid of, but your shadow is your shadow. There is no getting rid of it. There is, on the other hand, understanding it and accepting it for what it is. Your shadow isn't bad. It was there for a reason. It's there to help protect you. But sometimes it's so protective, so comforting in a way that you just rely solely on it, or you don't want to face it because it's the opposite, where it's trying to wake you up to something that you feel very uncomfortable about, but you don't want to face. So again, there's the idea that light is inherently always good and darkness is always inherently bad is a wrong perception, I feel like, to think. Both are inherently their own thing, and I think of them as like neutral ground. It really depends on how you use it, because you can have the best intentions in the world and really fuck up and do horrible things to people in the name of whatever you feel is the right thing to do, when really you're not seeing from the other person's perspective. And vice versa, by, again, integrating your shadow, you're really doing a good thing for yourself and for the other people around you by, again, facing your fears or facing what makes you uncomfortable or facing, the things that you fall back on because it feels safe to you. That sort of thing. That's what I'm getting at here. So your last card here is the Grumpy Red Fairy. Be your true self. Very solar plexus, Manipura message right there. So let's see what she has to say to you guys. Again, you just have to be yourself. To some people in this world, sadly, but oh so truly, it's all about fitting in. All about playing by the rules, and because they've put so many restrictions on themselves, they get very disapproving when others, like you and the Grumpy Red Fairy, feel free enough to be themselves, to express themselves in exciting and dynamic and creative ways. When the Grumpy Red Fairy comes to play, it may be time to really just be your true self. Whoever that is, from day to day, wear black, experiment with your hair and your own personal style. Play the drums, join a rock band. Just don't fake it. Don't smile and be sugary sweet and all nicey nice just because you think that's how you should be. Be real, be authentic, be funny, be you. Try different things. Find out who you are. Then the smiles that do come will be genuine, and will warm the hearts of us all. So again, your huge message here is like you really need to get focused, I feel like, overall, like obviously on goals, on what it is you're meant to be doing, but more so who it is you really want to be, because maybe you're working too hard to try to fit in or please somebody else who is maybe like a jealous, kind of manipulative person, and that's just not right for you. You need to transform yourself and not care what anybody else's opinion about what it is you're doing, because again, you are your own unique person living your own life, and it's nobody's goddamn business. They're living their life, you're gonna live yours, and that's how it is. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here for your messages. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And if you'd like to help and support the channel anyway via, my Ko-fi, my Amazon wishlist, coming and joining my Instagram, because I definitely love to see you guys over there, please do check out the links down below. And if you would like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, all that info is also always down in the description. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked pile 2 with the yellow obsidian here, we're going to go ahead and dive into your cards and see what it is your message is. What it is your message is. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. So for your first card, we have the 9 of Swords. So clearly you guys are dealing with a lot of, well, the first word that came to mind was insecurities. So for some of you, that's going to resonate. For others of you, you're so stressed. You are so anxiety ridden. You're dealing or suffering from depression. You're not sleeping well. You're having bad dreams. You're just this whole ball of negative right now, where it's just like you can't get yourself together, and it's like you don't even want to deal with the world. It's just like it's too much right now. And a lot of this, again, I feel like is stemming from, I don't know, I'm getting the sense that it's like, for some of you, it's something that somebody said or something that somebody did to you that really messed with your self-esteem, your confidence in a way. So it's like, I just saw 111. So you gotta come to terms with this. You need more healing. This might be a bit about your relationship with those around you, maybe particularly a mother, considering the next card that we have here is Gaia with the Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded. So again, you guys need to work on grounding more. Yeah, I feel like there is a lot of, well, the swords are air energy. So again, it's like this whole overworked mental state that is just messing with your flow. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more specific with that 9 of Swords. So it's nightmare. This card signals a feeling of constant anxiety, insomnia, despondency, and stress. Demoralized state, focused on negative emotions, mental pain, heavy doubts, uncertainty about the future, excessive concentration on dark thoughts, exaggeration of real problems. So, this again has a lot to do with anxiety, depression, and anguish. So if these are emotions that you feel like you are dealing with, we need to work on healing those emotions and coming to terms with them and finding the positive again. And I can't believe I keep opening up right to the cards in the booklets. That's so weird. So with Gaia here, you're blessed to receive this great mother card today because it shows the earth itself through the image of Gaia is protecting your path. You are a strong, focused, and loving individual, and you guys need to remind yourself of that. You need to, I'm getting the sense that you guys really would benefit a lot from mantras, saying mantras every day to yourself in the mirror, looking yourself straight in the eyes, and you just keep doing that until you finally believe it, and it's like second nature. Because your words and thoughts are very powerful to your reality, and you're just kind of in a bad state right now. Some messed up things probably occurred in your life that have gotten you in this state, and you need to finally come to terms with it. Again, I just keep going back, come to terms with it, because you're not. You are, again, a strong, focused, and loving individual. Stay grounded and don't allow your imagination, ego, or fears to run away with you. That's what's happening. You're letting your fears run away with you and your imagination, because with this card, it was kind of making problems worse in your mind than they really are. So some of you are definitely doing that. Ensure your choices are for the highest good. Gaia is also bringing her motherly love to you and encircling you in a cocoon of peace. If you have had troubles with a mother in your life, or are feeling disconnected from or grieving your own mother, Gaia helps revitalize that connection and will bring healing where it is possible. If you are a mother and are worrying about these duties, know that Gaia is thanking you for your hard work and commitment. The earth is blessed to have you. Again, remember that. The earth is blessed to have you. I feel like maybe even some of you have at one point thought about, or maybe you are thinking about it, like suicidal thoughts. And so if you are, definitely reach out and find the appropriate people to help you. There are so many resources out there, and it's really important for you to reach out to them, because that you need to make the choice to make that first step for yourself, because that's the first part of the healing process you're going through. So again, for some of you, you might have a very strained relationship with your mother. Your mother might not have been in your life at all. Some of you may have just been, your mother might have just passed away. And so this is where these feelings are coming from. So next up, we have the snow leopard with take some time out for your usual life and spend it in solitude. Yeah, like a healing retreat might be very important for you guys at this time. So let's see more about the snow leopard. So it can be difficult these days to spend time in solitude, to unplug, get off the electronic grid, and to find a quiet place in or near nature. Yet it's important to do so at this time. Turn off the phone, computer, and television, if only for a few hours. Although you may feel a little anxious and restless when you first do so, these feelings will pass. So maybe even for some of you, this is going to be very specific. You're addicted to technology. You're addicted to social media, and it's really having a very negative effect on your mental landscape. And with both Gaia and the snow leopard here, this is a huge message that you need to detox from electronics. You need to detox from social media. You just need to get it all off and simplify down to almost nothing when it comes to this, and get outside and connect more with nature, with, again, getting grounded and getting away from this like high electronic buzz of constant electronics. And the word radiation came to mind. So it's like, for some of you, that's going to resonate. So use the time for contemplation and meditation. It's not isolation, it's solitude. Solitude is a conscious and loving choice to be alone for a period of time, while isolation is a habitual and reflective coping pattern to avoid discomfort and intimacy. If possible, take a full day by yourself and just do whatever you feel like doing. Whatever length of time you spend in solitude, be sure to write as often as you can in your journal. If you should feel guilty or anxious about the thought of doing this, or even while you're actually doing it, use your breath to help you relax. As much as you possibly can during the period of alone time, remind yourself to breathe and relax. Whenever you notice your breathing becoming shallow, take 3 or 4 slow, deep breaths and watch how your tension and anxiety dissipates. Enjoy the feeling of having the sacred space of solitude surrounding you. And remember, you're never really alone. So some keywords with this card are solitude, self-reliance, balance, silence, stealth, confidence, determination, perseverance, containment, sensitivity, intuition, reliability, mysterious, integration, and shamanism. So, wow, that's kind of a big message there for you guys. I feel like that's really going to hit a lot of you. So, next up, we have the Norns. So, I'm very curious to see what this card is going to say, because this is still a fairly new deck for me. So, let's see. You know, the Norns are very much kind of like the Fates. So, it's about your own sense of karma, I feel like. While there may be things that are fated, still or will, and energy can alter them. Or let me read that again. I keep messing up these. While there may be things that are fated, still our will and energy can alter them. We are all receive gifts from the divine at birth, which we can develop or ignore. Focus and energy must be put towards a task if it is to be successful. So, the thread of life shimmers in the dawn. It is woven by what was. It is entwined with what is, and plaited with what will be. Each has their destiny, but each too their will and magic. Nothing is certain, all is in flow. So just because you think something is fated doesn't mean you can't change it. We all, again, have our own free will, and that's the important thing to remember with the tarot here, is because just because the tarot says one thing, that's just a possibility. That is just a potential with what your energy is or what is to come. It doesn't mean that it's actually set in stone to happen, because you make one different choice and that all changes. So that's why it's good to kind of constantly pull cards for your, I don't want to say constantly, but like to, do little updates and to pull the cards again and see what repeating messages come up, because that's what kind of the key thing is, while other things change, everything is again in flux and is fluid. So Yggdrasil, the tree of life that holds the 9 worlds within its limbs and roots, grows from the well of, how do I say this? Rid? Is that how you say it? Rid is the flow of living a force of destiny, which nourishes the world tree and all life. Seated under the tree, ensuring the flow of the ride. Why can't I say this word? I've heard it before, but I can't get my mouth to say it. Are the 3 maiden Norns. Urder, what was, Verdandi. I have no idea if I'm mispronouncing these guys, so don't hate me. What is, and Skuld, what will be. So these deities weave the destiny of each new boy be born. They visit each child and bestow upon them their fate, which they carve in the form of runes onto Yggdrasil. While it is tempting to look at the Norns as similar to the fates in the Greek pantheon, the Nords did not see fate as unalterable, as the Greeks did. Instead, they saw fate as malleable, subject to the will and energy of the individual and the forces of their environment. So while someone could have a destiny carved for them by the Norns, by channeling their own desires and personal energy, they could change it. If we turn to mythos, we can see this concept at work. One day, a new baby entered the world to a Jarl and his queen. The Norns traveled to them. The Norns wove and weaved, the silk flying around them, and after a small while told the mother that her son would be a great warrior who would attain great glory. Knowing that such men often died early, the woman begged the Norns thus, "Please, great woman, my son is bound to have an early death should he be a warrior. If this is his only fate, I am both happy and bereft. Whilst warriors keep us safe, their families must suffer and they must lose their lives. Can you not grant him another talent? Can you not soften his destiny?" "Ah," said Urder. "Urder? What we give cannot be taken back." "But," said Verandi, "we are not the only influences. We can carve his destiny upon Yggdrasil, but the waters of the weird and the magic of the whole can change." "So," said Skuld, "the will, the wave, and the whole shapes his destiny too." And so the Norns left the woman and traveled back to the Tree of Life. They carved the new son's destiny into its wood, noticing, as always, as they did, the shape of the fate began to shimmer and move, as always. That's pretty cool. So yeah, again, the point is, it's like you have full control over your destiny here. Just because you think you're subject to this pain or this suffering or these, whatever it is that you're kind of giving away your power to here, you're giving away your power to these swords, which are just objects. You're giving them more power and purpose to hover over you instead of realizing that, again, they're just swords. Your choice to pick it up and give it power is what determines everything. So your final card here is 2 little witches. So magical space clearing time. See, we're getting this importance of space and solitude and grounding. So you really need to work on your physical space. There's something up with that is not beneficial to you. So let's go ahead and see more about this card. So make the mundane work for you. It's time to conduct a house clearing followed by a house blessing. Here's an easy pointer. New locations, either the smallest of changes for household objects or rearrangement of what goes where in your bedroom, or an entire move is very much on your mind when these 2 twin witches show up with their brooms of power. If there's anything keeping you back from making that change, please make small, useful, and symbolic gestures. Shift the furniture and clear away what you no longer need. Whatever we make a change, we always rediscover stuff we've been hanging on to. Stuff that's weighed us down without us even realizing it was there. Time for a space clear for you. Exactly. Not only do you need to clear your physical space, your living space, you need to clear your mental space as well. Because there's just too much baggage that you're holding on there and it's really eating away at you. I'm just kidding. Also, do a little bit of energy clearing on your solar plexus chakra. I feel like for you guys, yours is definitely probably more dealing with a block. And so need to, again, do a little bit of cleansing there. So with that said, if this message resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And so if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, there's going to be links to my Amazon wishlist, Ko-fi, my Instagram. Definitely come and join me over there. And if you'd ever like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, that is always down in the description. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked group 3 with the Bumblebee Jasper here, let's go ahead and jump into your messages and see what it is you need to know. So we have the 7 of Swords here. So I feel like you need to own up to who it is you really are. That's a big part that I'm getting here. Some of you are trying to maybe escape some responsibility, and you just need to come to the point where it's like, you need to be more direct. You need to have more, you need to get over the awkwardness of what it is you're trying to present to the world here. So it's like, don't be dishonest or fraudulent with your actions. You know, don't be deceptive in a way where you're really damaging your own validity. Because I feel like you have something, I don't know, I'm getting a very different read off the 7 of Swords than usual, where it's like, I feel like you have a lot of great things to offer, but you're afraid of persecution because it's just so different. And again, you feel very awkward and unsure of how to go about it. And really the big message here is you just need to come out of the shadows. Being in the shadows, hiding, is not going to be of any benefit for you guys. So, oh God, I didn't put that right where you guys can see it. So, next card we have here is Lady Nada with Heart Awakening. So some of you should definitely watch the Heart Chakra video as well. That might be beneficial for you. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. Maybe you feel like even some people are taking more from you than, like, you're giving and giving and they're just taking and not giving anything back in return. Or maybe you're not giving back enough in return, even though there's somebody out there trying to reach out and make a connection. So the cave of your heart is opening wide for you to experience divine love. You have an opportunity to overcome past pain, heartbreak, and letdowns. This is a wonderful time to cherish and love yourself, and then allow yourself to be cherished and loved by others. If you feel love revealing itself clearly in your heart, have courage and move into a state of trust. You are reminded that when true love is present, when divine love is present, there are no obstacles to overcome. It will be there, clear, pure, and real for you to experience. Your relationships are being brought into harmony on all levels of your life. Give and receive divine love with yourself and all those around you. So again, working on being more loving and showing the love that you have to give. Because I think you're aware of that, but you're just afraid of it. So next up, come on, we have the Walrus. So remain vigilant about the current situation. Pay attention to signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. So again, some of you might even have somebody around you who is very shady. So I feel like even though for some of you, you have these really great ideas, you do have to be careful about who you present them to and how early you present them to. Because there might be somebody around you who might want to, because they know you're hiding this, even though you haven't, it's like, it feels like somebody who might be a friend or like a close colleague or, you know, just somebody who's kind of close to you. And you feel like you think you can trust them, but there's like an inkling feeling in your spine that's like, maybe not. But it's like they're pushing you to reveal what it is that you've been, you know, keeping secret. And so you kind of let them in and you reveal it. And then they're like, oh yeah, that's such a great idea and whatnot. And then they turn around and they fucking present your idea before you even get the balls to do it yourself. So it's like, you need to be very, very vigilant about who you reveal shit to right now. Really, how you should go about, you don't reveal it to one person. When you're ready and you have your ducks in a row to present this project, then you just show it to everybody. And you show it to the whole entire world, and you make sure you put your fucking stamp all over that shit, your watermark, your name, your voice onto it, and make sure you are like, this shit is mine, okay? Like, don't even fucking tread there. Don't fuck with me kind of thing, because I worked hard to make this, to present this, so don't even fuck with me kind of thing. You know, because there's some people out there who try to do that kind of thing where it's like, you know, and even if it's like a person who literally is like, for example, they're following you, you following them, you're supporting each other, and then all of a sudden they turn around and they fucking take something that you fucking presented as your work, that is your work, and even put the time in to fucking erase your watermark off it. Yeah, I've been through this, and it's fucking like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, dude, like, don't even go there. So I just feel like some of you need to watch out for that situation. You also need to watch out for you doing that maybe to somebody else. So again, just be vigilant, be aware of things, and really listen to your intuition. But let's go ahead and get more messages from this particular card, because I'm just rambling on now. Signs and omens show up in a myriad ways, from the wind's rustle of the trees that make it seem like as if they're whispering to you at a barely audible level, to the rainbow that appears just before an event in which you're participating. When you're pondering any kind of question about your life purpose, relationships, career, or even everyday concerns, such as whether to actually take the vacation that you've been planning, you can ask Spirit to give you a clear and specific sign. Then watch, listen, feel, and allow thoughts to flow. While you may not always get absolute clear responses, more often than not, you'll pick up on signs or clues through your eyes, ears, sensations in your body, or thoughts that seem to come out of the blue. You may even have vivid and remarkable lucid dreams that you can easily recall in the morning. Look for the unusual and repetitious. For example, if you hear someone at the supermarket talking about Phoenix, auditory, spot a billboard advertisement with the word Phoenix prominently displayed, visual, and then recall a period of time when you lived in that city, feeling a calmness and joy, sensations. When you bring up the memory cognitive, these are all clues. It could be about the city of Phoenix, Arizona, or it could be a subtle way that the spirit guide Phoenix is calling you, offering his help when you're ending one cycle completely and beginning the next one. As in the metaphor of the phoenix rising from the ashes, omens are perceived in the 4 ways mentioned. If you don't get clear signs right away, keep your question or concern in your consciousness for the next few days. Journal about everything you find significant and look for repetition, like repeating numbers. I just saw 7-Eleven, for example. Maybe for some of you that's significant. When you see an animal or a symbol of that animal showing up repeatedly, it's most likely indicative that your spirit guide is present. Trust the signs and your discernment of them, as they're one significant way that spirit guides you along your path. So, some key words here are fluidity, watchfulness, ingenuity, alertness, transitions, gregariousness, omens, sociability, earth, water, survival, competence, adept, copious, wordsmith, circulation, and shamanism. This is the second card to come up with that keyword of shamanism, so that's kind of interesting. Our next card here, you might even see walruses. Maybe that's a symbol for some of you. We have let's see if I'm going to butcher this. Ithwas. And let's see. This is card 13. Maybe even 13 is a significant number for you guys. So do not be afraid of death. It's just another part of life. You will experience a new beginning once you have completed the current cycle, but not before. Set your boundaries clearly and you will be protected. I scrape the sky tall and straight, my roots deep in the underworld. Begin again when all is dead. Gone is what was. I rejoice in what is. I am the center. I am Ithwas. Afwas. Uwas. Uwas. See, they give me pronunciations. I love when books do that. Uwas is associated with the yew, or a tree sacred to the Norse. The yew is a tall and very vertical, and if we consider the position of Uwas within the sequence of the 24 runes, we see it occupies the middle point, its upright shape signaling the center. Uwas is also a rune of protection and relates in the way to the yew as well, which is both protective and dangerous. The needles of the yew tree are poisonous, and it is this poison that protects the tree from predators. Death in the Viking cosmos was not seen as something to fear, particularly if one was brave and etherical in life. The Vikings' beliefs did not promise rebirth specifically, but they did promise those who were chosen an afterlife spent with the gods and goddesses feasting and fighting in their halls. In keeping with the courage of the Vikings in the face of death, US, which is mainly concerned with the power of endings as well as beginnings, removes the fear of both figurative and literal death, while inviting spiritual confidence. If we are frightened to let something go, US is helpful to us. If we need to let an old habit die, or are afraid to cut something back, or fear of that something may never start anew after that death, this rune gives us confidence to allow the good death to occur. So the element here is earth. I feel like this is about releasing the fear that is holding you back from really showing whatever it is that you're holding back. And, you know, this card was talking about, you know, the phoenix. I feel like that's a significant omen right here, because it's like similar to the message here. You know, the phoenix rises from the ashes. It's death and rebirth in a sense. So the final two cards that we have here is the lady with a Bosch egg. And, oh yeah, that is totally a Bosch egg. That's so fucking cool. If you don't know who Bosch is, look him up. Fantastic. So weird art. Ancient wisdom. And we have Lantern Fairy, a clear solution. So you are going to get a clear solution to what it is you're asking about. So we're going to start with that clear solution. So her message to you guys is, all through a life challenge, a way through a life challenge will present itself. A stubborn thinking can be changed. Old patterns are being removed little by little, but will need trust. Old shielding against certain energies needs to be replaced and reworked, as it is no longer in line with what you wish for, and in fact may be proving to be a barrier, which is keeping you isolated instead of protected. Trust where the light leads you. Go where you can feel true love, kindness, and freedom. Avoid all that comes from anger, hatred, judgment, blame, and ridicule. And then, of course, we have the lady with the Bosch egg. I fucking love that. With the ancient wisdom. So it may feel to you that you are receiving wisdom from ancient sources, and that some of its energy may feel unfamiliar to you, even dark. It is likely that you're receiving messages from times when people like you, misfits and mystics, were oppressed and punished for their natural gifts. So some of you are literally hiding your natural psychic abilities or gifts in this way, and you gotta stop. You gotta fucking stop. You gotta break this cycle of fucking persecution. It's bullshit. You don't need to fucking rely on that anymore. You can stand strong and be confident in who you are and what you can do. So explore at this time something to do with the Renaissance or medieval times, and understand that the knowledge was brought through to you, a very fortunate being living in very fortunate times. Keep it safe. Learn all you can. Explore esoteric symbology, the history of magic and spirituality. Know now that while you are safe, you may wish to keep silent about certain practices. See, but there's that same warning that I was giving before. Even though it's like you need to own this, there's certain parts of it you do need to still keep close to your chest, just because, again, if you kind of reveal it to the wrong people, it's going to do more damage for you than you realize. I feel like it's like, if you're going to reveal it, then you need to go big or go home. That's just how I'm feeling here. It's like, don't even talk about it, just like a little bit with somebody. It's like, don't mention it at all unless you're going to, you know, shout it from the rooftops. That's just the kind of vibe I'm getting here with this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below what you thought about it, and make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way by, you know, supporting my Ko-fi, coming over and joining my Instagram and all that good stuff, definitely check out those links. And if you would like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, all that info is going to be down in the description. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked this golden yellow calcite here, let's go ahead and jump into your reading and your messages here. So woohoo, we have the King of Wands, fiery, spiritual, and taking command. I'm already getting very positive vibes off this particular pile, where it's like you're really coming into claiming your power and really taking charge and starting, to really show off your creativity, to show off your spirituality, to show off your sensual sexual side, and just owning that shit. You're on your throne and you're not going to let anything stop you. For some of you, this could even be like a counterpart coming in who represents this King of Wands kind of energy, this strong masculine energy, whether male or female, who just takes charge, knows how to be themselves, and really will inspire you in that way as well. So let's see what the booklet has to say about the King of Wands. It's about charisma. So with charisma here, the king exhibits a high level of responsibility for actions, competence, good advice, paternal attitude. He has wit, optimism, and entrepreneurial spirit, propensity to negotiate, mediate, excellent oratorical skills, honesty, professionalism, reliability, and loyalty in a relationship. So this is about pride, it's about maturity, it's about charm. Again, it's somebody who is a real strong kind of ruler energy. Again, it is a very strong, stable, powerful, masculine energy that has, again, a lot of that charisma. And it's not just like exploding fire without any purpose. It's tempered, it's steeled, and this is somebody who knows how to work their shit. So whether this resonates as you or somebody you're gonna meet, it's really crazy that the next card we have, which is one of my favorites, we have Bridget with inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. I have the power. By the power of Grayskull. Never mind. So it's crazy. We got this strong fire energy here. So it's like, yeah, you guys are lighting your inner fire, and you're really, again, I feel like you're claiming your power, which is fantastic. It's like you've done, I think, some healing work on your solar plexus chakra, and now it's really starting to pay off. Not only that, but it's like combining that with your sacral chakra. So if you want to watch that video as well, it's really kind of make you a powerhouse. I'm just getting this. So with Bridget, let's talk about Bridget. Your spiritual fire is growing within. Recognize that the power of your soul is greater than you think. You have come a long way since you began this journey. There is a powerful force within you, and you have the ability to create wonderful changes in your own life and inspire those around you to do the same. Be aware of new projects, opportunities, and fertile ideas that can grow into something larger than you may imagine. Call on the fiery goddess Bridget to light the way ahead. So that is fantastic news. I feel like, yeah, like you're going to get some grand opportunities to really be in a position of power. I feel like even like starting a business, starting just something along those lines, even like a really strong lasting partnership of some sort. It's all on the table here. So next up, we have the Roadrunner. Keep your sense of humor and don't take things too seriously, though. Yeah, have fun with it. This is... I just feel like it's going to be a really good time for you. It's going to be a time of a lot of making good connections, socializing, being kind of the life of the party. It's so tempting to view life and all of its many manifestations, permutations, and variations as something to be taken quite seriously. Yet this is exactly the opposite of what you need to do right now. No matter what the situation, look for the humor in it. It may take time to find something, but if you look for it with this attitude in mind, you begin to see the absurdities and ironies inherent in whatever shows up in life, even in the seemingly darkest circumstances. Maintaining a healthy sense of humor about most experiences causes you to be lighter in spirit, to smile unabashedly, and to appreciate life that much more. Turn that scowl upside down by doing what makes you openly laugh. And again, when I see the Roadrunner, it just makes me think of the Roadrunner cartoons, the Looney Tunes. Of course, there are certainly times that require a more serious demeanor. Tragedies or traumatic experiences don't call for cheerfulness and humor. When these events occur, appropriate social restrictions apply that demand the expression of emotions congruent with the circumstances. However, these instances are temporary and, like all things, will soon pass. Other than these kinds of situations, life's ironies and absurdities abound. Rather than feeling personally victimized by these vagaries, Take a deep breath, see the humor in the situation, and have a good laugh. So, associated words are speed, agility, multitasking, intelligence, adaptability, laughter, humor, ingenuity, flexibility, toning, communication, courage, self-care, and balance. So next up, we have Feu with card 1 here. So again, just a lot of good energy I'm getting here for you guys. Like, this is a really good pile. Very positive pile, I'm just feeling. Lots of growth, a lot of excitement. Just new lease on life. The skills and gifts you have within you are your greatest treasure. They will never be stolen. Pay attention to the way you view the links between personal power and wealth. So yeah, again, I'm getting a strong career sense here as well. And since we're talking about the solar plexus chakra, that is personal power. So those are very connected for this group. Prosperity needs to be developed over time and then shared. I am the way to wealth, the power of having and moving, the freedom of having enough, with more to come. I carry my treasure. Within me is all. I am Feu. Is one of the runes of the elder Fukar. It literally means cattle, and the symbol itself resembles the horns on cattle. So, the Vikings, who traveled quite a bit, had to carry portable forms of wealth with them as they traded or explored. Their wealth, therefore, wasn't measured just in gold. Cattle and other livestock, for instance, represented a type of mobile wealth, wealth that was literally on the hoof. So this rune is an apt symbol for the idea of prosperity within the Viking paradigm. The Vikings also relied upon the development of a variety of skills: boat builders, carpenters, stonemasons, weapon makers, hunters, weavers, storytellers, artists. Whatever your skill, when you developed it with excellence, it was seen as a valuable treasure. You could take this portable form of prosperity with you whenever you went, and your craft, unlike gold or jewels, could never be stolen. So again, you guys really need to claim your craft, because that's how you're gonna gain this power and this notoriety, I feel like, in this purpose. It stems from your inner fire, your craft. So the element here is earth. And the final card that we have for you all is the Mildew Fairy, cleanup time. So again, another pile here who's kind of getting this spring cleaning message. Again, I open up right to it. It's crazy how that keeps happening. Think of ways to decrease stagnant moisture, stuck emotions, and increase airflow, fresh thinking in your home and environment. When the Mildew Fairy comes to play a visit, it's likely things are a little stagnant, a little over-emotional, and that fresh new air and thoughts need to be brought in to clear the situation up. She can mean a fresh way of thinking, or a fresh point of view, or a release of emotions that could be pooling in one area. Her appearance never means covering up. It means working with the environment you find yourself within. Like the Mildew Fairy said, a little of her can be medicine, and a great deal of her could be maddening. When she turns up, where she turns up will tell you lots about what needs a fresh new approach in your life. And if she is inside, lurking in cupboards or in the bathroom, instead of decorating pebbles by a pond, you know that the presence of unhealthful energy needs to be addressed, not rationalized and excused, and never ignored. So again, in order to get to, I feel like, all of this, you got to clear out the old. Whatever is like this mildewy situation in your life, in your literal environment, inside your mind and body, it's time to clean that out. And then once you do, you're going to be literally lit the fuck up and ready to burn away that shit and blaze forward in a, in glory kind of thing. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing right here for you guys for this pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And if you'd like to help support the channel in any way, there's going to be links to my Ko-fi, my Instagram, my Amazon wishlist, all that good stuff. Definitely join me on my Instagram because I'd love to see you over there. It's a great way to interact with me. And if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, in another way, as in booking a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, that info will also be down in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.